Vintage.
Vintage. Now, why do you take the valve stem out?
So I can put air in it.
You take it out so you can put air in it? Mm-hmm. Faster?
Yeah, that too. On tubeless, you have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your valve stem hole at?
Probably right there.
Right there.
So you want to make sure you're laying it out proper.
See, I always like putting air in my tubes before I put them in to make sure one is there's no holes in it.
And two, it makes it a little bit easier to handle.
Yes.
That's all you need.
I hear an air leak.
Yep.
Big one.
Yeah, it is.
That looks like the last tube we just had.
Yeah.
I get that through that hole. You can put your small little dinky hands in there and do that.
Your hands are way tiny. Look at those. You got a little weird, what is it? Carny hands. Yeah, they got small hands because they got to put their hands into all the janky stuff.
Mm-hmm. Is that what that is?
Yeah, they put their hands in like the janky gears of the
hand job, huh?
the carnival rides. Oh, so it's a puller. Did you make that, or is that available for purchase, sir?
It's available for purchase. See how they get damaged after time?
Yeah. How old is that one?
It's old enough that it's probably
53.
It's probably not going to work anymore. It's so old.
I've had that since the Great Depression.
See, it doesn't want to go in.
Well, bend it the right way. Ah. It bit you.
It's got a. It's trying to. It has a sharp edge on there. You know, last time I used this, I thought it wasn't going to work anymore.
So you're going to use it on this one?
It wasn't broken yet. What if I go like this a couple of times?
There you go. Right as rain.
We'll make it work one way or the other.
Yeah. There's disco spinning all over it.
There. Is that enough?
Yeah, it should be. Hopefully. I don't know. You're the wizard around here. Disco dancing wizard spinning all over the place.
You gotta roll it like this.
So you pinch it like a taco.
Pinch it at dinner time, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry actually.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Like this. We don't screw it up. It goes in a tire and it blows up behind
Yeah.
it. So make sure you have room for it in there.
Yeah.
Just like that. And you take this little pincher too and go like this. And if you're lucky, it doesn't break off. Being done too many times.
Yeah.
And you gotta hold it.
Yep.
Somehow. You gotta unscrew it without breaking it again.
Yeah, don't want to break it again.
It's good for one more time.
It's good for one more time. I think it's got like 3 or 4 more times on there.
I don't know. You gotta get this on there before it falls back through the hole again. What I'm just trying to do right now.
You want the wrench?
No, I need to grab a hold of more than half a thread.
Oh, there it went.
Where'd it go to? Yeah,
Over there.
We'll use the old one.
It's on this side.
We'll use the vintage one.
The worn-in one?
Yeah, it was just broken in.
There we go.
There's a new one over there.
There you go. Selling it. $5.
$5? Damn. Generous.
So taco. Don't say I never helped you.
Ooh, it's got a size and number on there and everything.
Cool. So you know we're doing all right.
So if you get that down underneath the tube like that, or in the rim.
Yeah.
See how the tire sits flat?
Yeah. That's nice and flat. That's how we want it.
Just gotta pull this through and get some more air on it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Almost fell over.
How's that?
I don't know if it's working. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you forgot the valve sound, didn't you?
Yeah, screwdriver. Should be enough.
Yeah.
Make sure that stays straight.
Yeah. You don't want it doing it like how it was tweaked when we pulled it off. What?
Enough out. At some point we're gonna have enough.
Hopefully.
I can put air in like I'm supposed to. Ah, we got enough in there now.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear it.
So as you put air in the tube, will self-straighten.
So what are you doing now?
Debeating it.
Debeating it? What? Why? Wasn't sitting right?
So you have to have it unbeaten so you can put the other side on.
Oh, okay.
If the tube has a twist in it, it'll move around on you.
Oh, gotcha.
If it comes up nice and square each time, it's good. I always do it at least twice.
Okay.
So there's no twisting going on.
Yeah.
You'll actually go flop
Yeah.
there. Alright, so here's to be nice and true and straight.
So then we got to debeat it again.
So your tire has to squish down
Yeah.
and go down in the center in here where there's room.
Gotcha.
The tube is up inside the tire.
Yeah.
If the tube's down in there, it's going to have a problem.
Yeah.
The tube and tire don't like each other. So you never want to be right here, you want to be just past it.
Gotcha.
You hold down your knee. Stick in there like that. See it popped in there?
Yeah, pop it in all nice and smooth.
And there's tube. There should be no tube right here, which there's not.
That's good.
And once you're in there about halfway, you push the bottom one up.
Okay. What does that do?
It lets the bullet go over further.
Okay.
But there wasn't enough drag to require it. Same deal, you want to make sure there's no tube down inside of here. So
Right.
see how
Yeah, there's
tube.
no tube.
If the tube is in there, quit pinching the tube.
Yeah, and that's when you're going to get flats.
It'll have a hole in it.
You don't want to do that.
Preferably not. Just like when you put your tire on there, you want to make sure you don't stick the tube under it, so don't go way up in here and go like that.
Yeah.
You go in just enough to get it to go in.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna rim slide over. Just move it over like that. Come on.
There it is. Just enough. Down. Do a little twisty doos. Now that's when you grab the second one, right?
Doesn't want to go in, go to the next one.
Get a little bit more leverage.
Work it in and get it to go down. See right now it's in the bead.
Yeah, so we need to break that so it makes it easier.
Yeah. This one, there it goes. See how it all moved
Yeah,
over? Like
yeah,
that?
no, you see the whole jump.
Okay, now we just took a lot of load off over here.
Yeah, you can tell.
This needs to be in here also on this side.
Yeah, gotta break that over there.
It's already off over here, so let me just probably off where it needs to be already. See how
Look at
much
that.
easier? See how much easier it popped over now?
Yeah, so much easier.
Hurt.
Gotcha. Yeah, just hit it. Pop. There we go. So you make sure it's not beaded anywhere.
It's D-bird.
There you go. You gotta get the bird.
Tastes good. So you move the tire around a little bit to make sure that's dead straight. Biggest thing you want to make sure you got nice and even off, so there's no
Yeah.
chance of having the tube in there. Take up some more slack because it's in there further.
Then you check everything again.
Now you're going to have 41 air leaks.
41 air leaks.
Every nipple.
Every nipple.
And every one of these. And right here.
Yep.
So once the tube takes all the air out of the void in there, then these will all quit leaking.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Now if it keeps leaking, there's a hole in the tube.
Yeah.
And you'll hear it coming out. Now this one already popped its bead up pretty easily.
Yeah. So what are we trying to air up to?
I'm just making sure the bead's coming up.
Okay.
Whatever it takes. This line right here. All the way around. It's a good reference point. You can see it's all the way up.
So it's good to go?
We let the air all the way out. Let the tube center itself up. You can do that either once or twice. If you think this might not be true, just hit it again. No big deal.
Yeah.
Hear all the leaks?
Yeah. And you can see the air coming out.
See now all the air's out. See now it's no more air leaks. And you listen, see there's no leaks that you can hear.
Yeah.
Take all the air out again. Let the tube recenter and the tire get happy and all that happy stuff.
That's always good.
Oh, there's a red mark over here. Was that supposed to be over here?
I have no idea.
Me either. I couldn't see it's faded.
Yeah.
It's probably supposed to be like over here.
Probably.
I'm not moving it.
Nah.
But we do have an arrow on it. It's got an entry.
Yeah.
Entry with a B in the end. See, now you put air in it. See all those air leaks?
Yeah. There you go.
See, now they're gone.
Yeah.
What do you want, about 30? 32?
Yeah, 30.
30.
All right.
And take a spit booger, go like that.
Make sure it's in there so it's not fucking leaking.
And you cover the whole stem with snot. And
Yeah.
if it doesn't make a big bubble, you're good.
Gotcha. Now, do we need to have that stem come out anymore?
It doesn't come out anymore.
All right.
What? What do you want to do with
I was just giving it to you. I was tired of holding it.
this? See, on the race bike, I piss off the inspectors because, see, I take the nut
Yeah.
and I put it over here next to the cover. Except we have to have a steel cover.
Yeah. So that it locks it in there?
And now this tube is free to move around, which they don't like. They want you to have the nut tight against here.
Why is that?
Because that holds the tube inside the rim so it won't move.
Yeah.
But it also means the valve stem will rip right off if the tube wants to move.
Yeah.
Because if your tire slips on the rim, it'll rip the stem out of the damn thing.
Yeah.
So if you have it like this, if the tube moves, it will bend over.
Yeah, but it won't rip.
And you have that much clearance before it rips it out. So
So
if you look at it, you can see it moving a little bit if it's a bad tire.
gotcha.
On street bikes, you go the opposite way. You just stick it all the way over. Because you want to keep the moisture and shit from getting in there.
Yeah.
So it depends on how you want to do stuff. If you're a drag race guy, you definitely want to make sure you have it loose so you can see if the tire slips. You can
Yeah.
also take a felt tip and do a couple marks on it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You can visibly see if it moves. I used to do that on my race bike all the time because I was running like 8 to 10 pounds in it. Maybe 12 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Now you want to be twerking too much on this either, just enough to kind of hold it. When you start to feel some resistance, that's enough usually.
Gotcha.
There should be no reason to double nut it.
Yeah.
If you do, we have a knot here.
Yeah, we don't need to. Cool. Now we put the guts back in and balance it.
Now you see how old this tire is?
Pretty old.
You see how there's no cracks in it?
Yep.
Tried that with a new tire that's more than 3 months old.
Yeah.
This tire is probably 30 years old at least. Probably more than that.
You think?
Probably.
Cool. Vintage.
Well, it can't be too old. It's still got an arrow on it, but they had arrows back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I bet this tire is at least 30 years old. But see, it doesn't crack because old rubber is good rubber. New rubber sucks.
Yeah.
This won't have as much traction as a new tire, but it'll live a lot longer. But you're just going to go burn up anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
So when you ride this down the road, do a couple of low-speed runs first. So you
Yeah.
do like 30 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour, 70 mile an hour, and kind of let it break in a little bit.
Okay.
Get the rubber used to being moved again.
Yeah.
That way you don't run the risk of throwing the tread off or doing something stupid.
Gotcha.
Bikes usually don't throw treads, cars do.
Yeah.
Definitely on cars, you got to kind of break them in a little bit.
Okay.
Especially if the tire's been around for a long time. Once it's broken in, then you can run the piss out, it's not a problem. But
Yeah.
you got to get the tire used to being flexible again.
Okay.